Semua kita tahu peraturannya, apa yang boleh, apa yang tidak boleh. Tetapi kita kena tangani dengan baik, dengan hormat. Jangan menghina. Islam agama persekutuan dan majoriti umat Islam di sini, tapi tidak harus ada mana-mana pandangan untuk menghina amalan keluarga kita, masyarakat kita yang lain. Begitu juga di kalangan bukan Islam. Majoriti begitu. Ya. Malam ini umpamanya bila ada anjuran makanan, kalau ikut peraturannya biasa, dia tidak ada halangan untuk yang lain di meja lain makan apa yang mereka mahu, walaupun tidak diikuti oleh penganut Islam. Tetapi inilah tradisi hormat yang ada dalam di antara paksi madani yang kita hidupkan, sekadar membawa semangat kasih sayang di antara kita. Jadi sebab itu bila ada masalah, kita tangani dengan baik. Negara ini negara yang harus patuh pada undang-undang. Is a nation of laws. Yes, there are issues, there are controversies, there are differences, but the ultimate interest is to protect the stability, sanctity of our beliefs, and at the same time the unity of our people. And whilst there are differences, we have shared these values for hundreds of years. There is therefore no reason that we should allow a small group, a coterie of irresponsible elements trying to disrupt this. The latest incident, of course, is the issue of Hindu temples. Now, I made it very clear. In this country, if you respect the rule of law, we cannot allow the indiscriminate building of temples without proper procedures, as the Chinese temple has observed, the Christian churches have observed, the mosques and the surah have observed, and most of the other Hindu temples also observed. So let us be plain, because if you do not respect this, you will create issues and problems. But having said that, I must stress a major point here. This country must be based on rules and law, not the whims and fancies of individuals, however strong you may feel. You may like or dislike, respect or disrespect each other's beliefs, but there are ground rules you must observe. And therefore, I want to remind my friends, you have been told to observe these rules and you must adhere to these principles, and you have no right whatsoever to take law into your own hands. The law must be respected, and there are forces, police, or you go to the courts, they must adjudicate. And although there have been cases where temples are built without notice or without permission of the landowners, we have got to use proper procedures. I'm not saying that I condone these excesses. I know it's not necessarily a popular statement, but a country cannot continue to allow any groups to function with complete disrespect for rules and laws. Having said that, we must also understand that this country must remain a peaceful country that observes laws. If you dislike the fact that there has been disregard to by some quarters on in terms of allowing indiscriminate temples being erected. We must follow rules and the law. The authorities has been told, the authorities have been directed to ensure that the excesses cannot be tolerated, but it has to be done by the authorities and not individuals using their whims and fancies. I thought I made it quite clear. And let's move on to Hari Raya Cina punya celebration now. Yeah, and I have to say that because I don't want this. There's so much. This country is doing relatively well. It's not perfect. We are navigating it. Every cabinet meeting this Friday, for example, we have to discuss the issues raised by Dato' Ang and our friends, the Malay Chamber, the Chinese Chamber, the Indian Chamber, Sabah, Sarawak, Felda issues, or the farmers in Kedah. We have to deliberate. Yes, and this is not a perfect system. We navigate, we make adjustments, we listen. I gave an example recently about the efficient manner of government collecting taxes and non-efficient manner of disbursing funds which is not ours. Standard government practice. Dia kerajaan ni dicekap bila kutip cukai, tapi lambat bila nak bayar balik. Kita dengar apa tindakan kita. Amir ada sini. Kita kata okey, kalau begitu kita cari jalan selesaikan. Maknanya kita dengar. Ada isu tadi yang dibangkitkan oleh Dato' Ang, isu-isu peniaga kecil, SMEs, yang harus kita dengar dan kita cuba selesaikan. Ya. Dan ini cara kita menjamin ekonomi kita terus kekal baik. Dan ekonomi kita secara relatif memang baik. Syukur, alhamdulillah. Tetapi syarat dia ada. Negara ini aman, politiknya stabil, dan ada hormat dan kerjasama. Bantu menjana pertumbuhan, memperbaiki kelemahan, dan pimpinan seperti jemaah menteri dengar. Kita bukan tahu semua, kita harus dengar dan cuba perbaiki.